living in West London, not least for children who have to cross the river to get to school. Well, residents feel they're caught in a political row as the council, the Mayor of London and the government all face increasing pressure to come up with an urgent solution. Alice Bowder-Cravey is on the bridge for us this evening. Over to you, Alice.
Assad, the speeches are over, but as you can see, the protesters are still very much here in North Barnes. We're just south of Hammersmith Bridge, which, as you can see, remains closed here this evening, and it will do for the foreseeable future. Now, that closure is having a huge impact on people both north and south of the river, severely affecting the way they get around. We've been hearing from some of them.
I live in Barnes and I'm 11 years old. On the last few weeks of the summer holidays, that was when we were really planning about going to school, and then suddenly we heard this awful news that the bridge was completely shut. I have to do a long detour along the towpath, which I'm very worried about for the winter because there's not much lighting on here at all. I feel very frustrated about the bridge being closed because you can see where you're trying to get to, but you can't get there quickly.
Well, it is a nightmare when I think ahead, together with what is happening with the virus, you see. It's worrying. It's worrying because I worry about going on buses for too long because I'm told I shouldn't because I'm that old age. I'm too late for my appointments. I don't know how long I will be on the bus because I don't know what sort of traffic jam the bus will meet. And the whole thing is unwholesome, and it somehow doesn't fit the 21st century, if you know what I mean. Not if people had really worried about this bridge before and thought up what's a plan B, and they haven't done that, you see, and that is very sad.
I've been working in the shop for decades. My business is being affected since the bridge has been closed. I rely on a passing trade and locals. It has been a 50% of decrease for the shop sales. Very sad being here for so long and just came out from the pandemic, and it's more like a disaster. I don't know when they're going to sort this bridge out. If doesn't happen, I won't be able to afford to keep the shop open. Where the money's come from if I don't have the sales here? They have to sort this bridge out.
Well, as I was saying, a huge strength of feeling here. Lots of the people giving speeches this evening were some of these children whose first day at school it was, and who recounted tales of an hour and a quarter to get to school. We did, of course, ask the government for an interview. They declined. They did give us a statement, though, this evening. They said, we understand concerns caused by the closure of Hammersmith Bridge, and we're working with the local council and Transport for London to urgently resolve the issue. We also have a statement from TfL. I will try and get through it. They say the safety of the travelling public is our top priority, which is why we fully support Hammersmith and Fulham Council's decision to shut the bridge until it is safe to reopen. This decision was based on expert technical advice, and we will continue to work closely with the council on this project. I suspect that is not going to be good enough for a lot of these people here. Not only has it been very difficult in this part of London today, it's been gridlock for anybody trying to cross many of London's bridges today, because Vauxhall Bridge was partially closed today. London Bridge was completely closed today because of maintenance that was needed, and Lambeth Bridge was also closed. That was because of Extinction Rebellion protesting on that bridge. So a very difficult day all in all getting around London. Assad.
Yeah, it certainly has been, Alice. I can vouch for that myself. Well, let me speak now to Councillor Wesley Harcott, the Cabinet Member for the Environment at Hammersmith and Fulham Council. Well, thank you very much for joining us this evening, Mr Harcott. On behalf of local residents, of those protesters we just saw, and of businesses we saw in the video just now, why haven't you been able to come up with a solution to solve this problem of Hammersmith Bridge?
Well, as your report has just been saying, and TfL, our prime concern was the safety of the public, which is why we had to shut the bridge. We're working very closely with government at the moment.
You haven't put any more
There was a
buses
meeting
on?
earlier today, which has been very positive in trying to move forward. And we're working closely with TfL as well to try and get a point-to-point shuttle bus service in place at the earliest opportunity. So
You've had 3
we've put
weeks!
in bids to the government. We've got the bridge to a point where all the work's been done in designing the work that needs to be done. The structural engineers have got it all sorted out, and we've put in what is known as shovel-ready
Right,
bids.
Mr. Harcourt, it's a lot of good intention, a lot of plans, but nothing seems to have been done as of yet. The bridge has been closed for a month to pedestrians. It's been closed for over a year before that to vehicles. You've had a long time to plan this.
It's been, obviously, we've been having to monitor the situation, and as we've discovered the cracks first, and then the fact that bearings had seized up, so we've had to adjust the amount of work and the level of work that had to be done. And there wasn't any point in going back to a situation where we were only going to do a part repair. We needed to be absolutely confident that the work we were going to do was capable of restoring that bridge to a situation where we could get traffic and buses back over it.
And you
we've had
refer to
change up
work that you've done, sir. Sorry to interrupt, sir, but you refer to investigations that have happened. There's been an engineer's report too, which the council won't release. Protesters and local people think there's a reason for that. You might be covering something up. Is that true?
There's absolutely nothing to cover up. It is absolutely clear, I make no secret of the fact, that we have found a number of microfractures in the pedestals, the bits that actually anchor the chains
Right,
into
so you'll share the report then, sir?
I can look at that report. There are certain details in there that I might not want to make open to the public.
And why would that be?
There are certain security things which I can't go into here on live TV.
Okay, Mr. Harcourt, just one final question for you. When do you think, as somebody who works for the council, the bridge is going to reopen?
Well, we hope to be able to get a temperature control system in place in the next couple of weeks, monitor that, and if that shows that the cracks have stabilised, then hopefully we'll be able to reopen the bridge to pedestrians and cyclists in the near, not too distant future. But we're looking at a minimum of 8-10 weeks or a bit longer still.
Councillor Wesley Harcourt, many thanks for your time this evening. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Well, you're watching BBC London this